And really, you can look at this. It all goes by communication hubs, travel hubs, just like it attacked northern Italy, coming out of Venice up into Milan. This time, that's the same way that it worked 600 years ago.
Well, and people, it's going to come out. There are tons of Chinese. The Chinese went in and bought a lot of the manufacturing, particularly around the fashion industry, like in North Carolina, in the south side of Virginia. The textile mills went. The furniture business all went to China. Then they bought Smithfield Hams, all the hog businesses there. They went to northern Italy. They either made investments or they bought those companies, and now they got a huge Chinese population up there in northern Italy. It's one of the reasons these things just didn't randomly happen, right? I'm not saying they brought it over there purposely, but you had in Qom, Iran. That's where it's the Oxford, Cambridge of the Shia religion as far as high theological studies for that version of Islam. But they've also got the nuclear engineering school there, right? As we've said, hey, China, Persia, Turkey, Eurasian landmass. Persia and China are partners, right? The reason this thing blew up in Iran, there were Chinese there. The reason it blew up in northern Italy was that's where the Chinese made investments and had all these companies, right?
And I'm glad you brought this up because I'm going to give a little bit of joy, perhaps, to some of our long-term listeners. Today, the Chinese Foreign Ministry lashed out at the president for calling it the Chinese virus in a tweet. So if everybody would like to go out there and hashtag Wuhan virus, China virus, we're all good with that.
Wuhan CCP.
The World Health
Wuhan CCP.
The quotation.
It's not the Chinese people. It's the CCP.
Yeah, communist Chinese pandemic.
Is the World Health Organization trolling us, Jack?
Well, I would say the Chinese Communist Party is trolling us using the World Health Organization, their global apparatus for unhealth care.
Whoa.
They're up in arms about the fact that the president has called this a Chinese virus, that Mike Pompeo clearly likes to call it the Wuhan virus. We encourage both these terms. And
I don't know if I like Chinese. Wuhan CCP.
Wuhan or CCP. The Chinese people, we love the Chinese people. Let's make that clear. Always, we consider you the first victims.
Amen.
But the Chinese spokesman, Geng Chang, said the World Health Organization and the international community are clearly opposed to associating the virus with specific countries and regions and against stigmatizing it. We urge the U.S. side to immediately correct its mistakes and immediately stop its unjustified accusations against China. Now remember, yesterday in Beijing, they arrested and fined a Chinese woman with American residency status who flew back to China and had the virus. They came out and said, oh, she's coming back because we have better health care, and now she's infecting the country, and America is the enemy of all people who don't want the virus.
This is going to get nasty, okay? This is a geopolitical, they are an existential threat to their own people, the Chinese Communist Party. They're an existential threat to the underground house Christians, and people should understand there's 100 million Christians in Catholics in China. You've got the Tibetan Buddhists, you've got East Turkestan, you've got the Muslims, you've got the Falun Gong, you've got all these that are suppressed by the CCP. CCP is the enemy of free people, free men and women everywhere. They've got this country totally on lockdown, and this is going to be the direction we're heading is not a good direction. And President Trump is throwing down now.